Now when you are applying your adhesive, make sure you are very careful so that it does not, you don't have it all around. If you have to use a very small brush, gum brush to apply, please ensure you do that, because that's really very important here. Now you can see what I have. So same thing on the second one is what I'm also going to do.
I'm sure you know, as long as this has to do with Jibbyfemforte, it's going to be simple and easy. Hi, I need you to know that if you're looking out to creating a pointed toe design majorly using your shank board, your shank, and you're wondering how to go about it, this is actually a course I'm going to recommend for you. So the course is available. You are going to be learning from how to create the heel insole to how to draft the pattern, the 3-dimensional pattern, as well as the 2-dimensional pattern, how to create the upper, how to bottom, how to fix the heel, how to create the socks lining. It's actually a fully packed course. So it's actually going for 5,000 naira. For now, I'm just going to give us that opportunity to enjoy that. So if you're not in Nigeria, you can also order for the course. It's actually 3.5 USD. So you can send us a WhatsApp message. Today, in case you're watching for the first time, my name is Ojurole Mojibala, and what we'll be doing today is we are going to be transforming our heel that does not have cap, and we are going to be adding cap. So sit back, and I'm gonna be right back.
All right, so the first thing you want to first of all ask yourself is, how do I go about covering this particular part? Now, this particular part of your heel is what we call the heel cap. So when you have used over time and it has become, flat, or it has totally wear and tear, what you can do is you get what we call, this is actually like a car tire. It's all this truck tire tube, and then you can get this in the market from those who are selling shoemaking material. You can also get EVA foam. This is about 2mm. Now all of this, for example, they sell it in pair. So if you buy a pair, it's actually a bit big, so it's not like this is what you have when you buy a pair. Also, this will also be a bit bigger than this if you are buying a pair. However, a pair of each is the least you can buy if you're actually going to be getting it in the market and you're making it at home. So you definitely need a rough sandpaper like this. You also need a kind of sandpaper that is smooth like this. So you need your adhesive, you need your brush, you need your pen, and you also need your scissors. So let's go into it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing right now is, you want to first of all check, you want to place your the what did you call it, the heel on top of your tire. Now there are so many other things you can use as your toe cap. Now you can be fortunate if you ask in the market to actually find an already made toe cap, heel cap. Sometimes you get to find such, but most times you hardly see that. So you can also first of all go with the heel, you understand, so that you can check the most appropriate one for it. You just need to go with just one of them, since the two of them are going to use the same type. So you can buy already made, and then you can also use this particular alternative. So knowing fully well that it will sit perfectly well on the two, I'm just going to go ahead and use this very rough one to roughen the surface so that it can properly adhere. That is the essence of this. Now that I've roughened the surface, I'm going to place it. Now you can see that this is a bit bent. If you put it too much towards the edge, it will still be looking that way. So move it in a bit so that by the time you trim, it will trim straight down and it will not be slant. So I'm going to place it this way and use my marker. This is actually like a leather marker. It will show very well. That's why I'm using it, you understand. So now I need you to know that your heel cap does not have left and right. It doesn't have, our heel doesn't have left and right. I need you to know that. No left and right. So you can interchangeably place them and you're still going to be having them the same. So like I have here, although you can decide to mark yours if you so desire, you can mark it and say, okay, this one is for this leg and this one is for the other leg if you so desire. So from what I have here, I'm going to just use my scissors to divide it into two and then try to trim all around. I will not trim exactly yet. I will not trim exactly yet because I want to be sure. So I will not trim exactly yet. So you can see what I have. Now, if you are doing this at home, like I said, please be very careful not to trim so close to it, so that by the time you are through, it will still perfectly fit it. So make sure you don't. So you can still see that this is still staying perfectly all around. Now that I've already done this, I'm going to go ahead and place this right here and also place this on it. Now this is actually 2mm EVA foam. If you can lay your hands on one, you can use. If you want to use 4, you can use. It depends on how high you want your top heel to look like. So but for this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to place the 2 of them right on top of this. And the reason is because I want them to adhere properly well. There are tendencies that if you use this directly on top of this, it might not stay for a long time before it pull off, over time. This is a bit foamy. So this one, we adhere to this more, you understand, and also adhere to this more. So the 2 of them will be together while they stay on this one. So it makes it more durable. So all I'm going to do now is apply my adhesive on the 2 surfaces, allow them to dry, and place them on themselves. So while we wait for them to dry, I've already applied the adhesive. While we wait for it, come to this side and use your rough sandpaper to roughen the surfaces and to clear off any form of, adhesive that might have stick there or sand that might be there. All right, so you can see that if you touch it, you find that you are not having, any form of stain of the adhesive on your finger. So you can go ahead and then put this. So come to this side. So I'm just going to use my hammer try not to use your hammer on this side because it's foaming. You can just press it down. So at this point, you are going to try to trim the excess all around. Then we are going to roughen the surface, apply our adhesive on the surface as well as on the surface of our heel. So don't forget we have roughened this. So we are going to do the same thing to the EVA foam part. It's popularly called Mako in Nigeria. So in case you get to the shoemaking store, just tell them you want Mako 2. If you want it to be this, thickness. There's 3, there is 4, there is 6, there's 8. In short, a lot of thickness. So I'm just going to apply the adhesive on the surfaces. So we're just going to allow it to dry, then we place it on it and we finish it up. So now the two surfaces are dry. Now one thing you can do to also enhance the bonding of the two surfaces is by actually getting a bottle of your shoe glue. Just add a few drops all around here. The reason for all of this is to keep it, on that particular surface. So I'm gonna go ahead and you have to place it in such a way that it's on all of the sides. So I'm going to be using my utility knife to finish the remaining part. You might have to hammer. So I'm just going to try. Please be careful at this point. Can you see the way it looks? So if you don't have a grinding machine to finish it, you can easily use your utility knife. But be careful. Can you see it? So we'll do the same thing on this side too. So with this, you can easily do this at home. So before you know it, you can go ahead and in short, if it is together with your heel, for example, probably it's this only part, probably is attached already, and there is just this part, you can just do this to it while it is on top of the old shoe like that. I'm sure you can see. If you have a grinding machine, for example, you have somebody around you who is into shoemaking and can just finish the edges for you, why not hand it over to them and let them do that for you? So let's do this here as well. Now you see what we have. So you can definitely use this, on your shoe like that, and you can also finish the edges by grinding it. So I will have actually, the reason for the smooth one is just to try to see. You will need a lot of effort to actually make it look very smooth all around. But if you use your utility knife appropriately, it will cut it out neatly for you. You understand? So I believe with this you should be able to fix a cap on a heel like this, in case you cannot find the already made one attached to it. I'm still your shoemaking made easy tutor, Odrole Mojimola. You want to see more, please go into our YouTube channel at Jibbyfemforte, and we have a lot more right there. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, ensure you subscribe. If you're not following us on Instagram and Facebook, go ahead and follow us, and I'm sure you will love everything that you will be seeing. I'm going to see you next time. Bye.